Hi, so many of you know that I've been writing a book and I'm super excited about it. I just wanted to pop on here and just really quickly say how incredible human beings are. I've always loved human psychology and I've always loved behavioral psychology and just understanding how humans operate. But man, when you put neuroscience behind it, you really understand how we were literally created as human beings to live powerfully and impactfully in the world. And writing this book has been a process for me that has shown me really truly how powerfully creative we are as humans and how that we were made and created to live powerfully like this. So it is fascinating, and I just wanted to express, first of all, how incredibly blessed I am to be able to be doing this work as a life coach and be able to be in this work and to have come in contact with all of you people. Some of you are my close friends, some of you are family members, some of you are new friends, and some of you are just like acquaintances. And but I find each and every single one of you just absolutely fascinatingly amazing. And we all have a story to tell. Every single one of us has a story to tell. And I want to speak and touch on the fascination that I have with humans, like I said, and how each one of us is designed by God and created, right, to live exactly the life that we want to live. So many of you know that I've been writing this book, and I wanted to share the story of how I got started writing this, because sometimes I think when you see other people doing things, you kind of start to compare yourself. You feel inadequate with where you're at. And, I certainly was doing that. I was just kind of like, well, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And I would see other moms and other people doing things that I just felt like were out of my control. And, I just felt like my life was going nowhere. And, I didn't really have anything to offer the world. But I wanted to just share with you that we're all capable. Every single one of us are capable of incredible and impactful things. And that you can do whatever you want to do. Whatever that voice is inside of you that says, this is what I want to do. I want to encourage you to just, to do that. I want to encourage you today to just do that. And I want to give you the story of how I started writing my book, and to encourage you to be open to ideas, to opportunities, to thoughts, to inspiration, to things that will inspire you to do what it is that's inside of you. I've always wanted to be an author and a speaker. It's not really something I talked about a lot because I didn't feel like I could do it. But I'd always wanted to be an author and a speaker, and I didn't even know what I was going to write about. I didn't know what I was going to speak about. I just know that's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be an author and a speaker. And, things happen, right? Those were dreams from a long time ago, right? When I was a teenager, when I was a young adult. And things happened, right? I got married. I started a family. For me, it was, I became a stay-at-home mom, and those dreams kind of died off. Like the longer life went on and the more kids that I had, the farther and farther those dreams got from me. And, to the point where I was just like, in my next life, maybe, right? In my next life, we kind of joke about it. In my next life, I'll be an author or whatever. And those dreams just slowly but surely faded away. And, through a series of events, good and bad, in the last 10 years of my life, I ended up, long story short, I ended up at a conference for entrepreneurs where I was just trying to progress in my own life. I had an e-commerce business that I had started, and I was trying to build that e-commerce business. I was trying to become one of them. I wanted to be one of those women who were going to make it, and it wasn't going anywhere. So trying to put my one foot forward in front of the other, I decided that I was going to go to this entrepreneurs conference, and the e-commerce business is what led me here. And, I don't even know why exactly I was there. I mean, I knew I wanted to grow my business, but I certainly did not belong there. I had this little tiny e-commerce business that I was working from home. And, most people there had like 6-7 figure businesses that they were operating. And I just felt so out of place. And I was so thankful I was there with my husband. Otherwise, I would have literally not left the hotel room and been like, what was I thinking? But in the process, there was a company who was sponsoring a breakfast at the event. And of course, I was like, ooh, free food. I'll go. I don't care. So I go down to this breakfast, and of course there's tables full of people, and me and my husband are just kind of looking around like, where do we sit? What do we do? And so we sit down at this table, and of course it's a table full of people, like 6, 7, 8 people, however many were there. And we're all asking each other, what do you do? What do you do? Like that dreaded question that I always hated, right? Because I'm like, I was so embarrassed to say what I actually did. I didn't like telling people that I was a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't like telling people that I had a small e-commerce business because, then it felt like I had a side hustle that I was kind of embarrassed about and whatever. So I was the one asking people first. I always like to ask people first before I can be asked, like, what do you do? And so there was a girl sitting next to me, or a woman sitting next to me. And of course I asked her, what do you do? And she handed me her business card, and she said, I'm a book coach. I help people write the book that is inside of them. And it's like, whoa, it just totally hit me, because it's like, oh wow, I didn't even know a book coach was a thing, right? I was like, that sounds really cool. But I was kind of nervous. I'd never seen her before. I didn't want to ask, what is that? So I was just like, all right, it's not in the cards for me. And I just kind of said jokingly to her, like, oh, hey, maybe one day, I'll become a client. And, we ended up actually becoming friends over the next couple days. We ended up exchanging phone numbers and kind of kept in touch. And one day she had posted on her Facebook, she was like, hey, I'm doing a live presentation if anybody wants to attend. I'm doing a presentation about writing a book, and if you want to come, you can show up, you can register, whatever. So I was like, okay, it piqued my interest. So I attended the presentation, still having no idea really what a book coach was or how to, what the process is of writing a book. And on the call or on the presentation, she just totally spoke to my soul, and it was exactly what I needed. I was just, there was no doubt in my mind that this is what I wanted to do. And so I go down and I tell my husband, I was like, I think this is what I want to do, and because I had originally thought that once my kids were in school, I kept telling myself, like, once the kids are in school, once this, once that, then I'll start writing, then I'll start writing, then I'll start writing. And, 10 years have gone by, and like probably 15 since I really actually wanted to start being a writer. And, it never happened. And so I told my husband, and of course, being the husband that he is, I don't know if all husbands are like this, but he was like, how much is it going to cost? And I was like, I have no idea. She didn't give me a cost. I just, she said that I could, give her a phone call if I was interested. So long story short, I booked the phone call. We talk about it. And I'm starting to think, well, my husband said, if it's cost more than $3, I don't want you to do it. We don't have the money for that. And even with him saying $3,000, he was like, if it costs more than $3,000, like, definitely no, we're not doing that. And so I was like, okay, so we get on the call and we're discussing the details of the program. We're discussing, we were going to get to the price. And during the call, I just knew exactly this is what I needed. And even during the call, I actually had gone down and got my credit card, because I was like, I'm buying it. This is what I need to do. And I knew that I wanted a coach to help me. Just being a life coach myself, I knew that, like, there was no doubt in my mind that, like, I was going to be able to get through this without somebody, like, keeping me accountable and saying, like this is the number of words that you need, blah, 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 right? And so I go down and get my credit card. Long story short, it comes to $6,000. And I just start reading my credit card number to her, wondering what in the world I'm getting myself into. My husband's going to be mad at me. Then she shares with me after that, that publishing would cost, she's like, depending on what publishing route you want to go, it'll cost you $15,000 to $20,000. And I was like, I literally about had a heart attack, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What are you doing? But I just knew it's what I wanted to do. And so I come walking downstairs after the phone call, and I just had this look on my face, like, I don't know what to say. I'm getting ready for an argument, getting ready for a fight. And, Matt, seeing the look on my face, he was like, what is it? And so I told him the story, and he just gave me this big, I don't want to get emotional, but he just gave me this big, huge hug, and, which was not like him. And he just said, like, this, it's your time. This is what you need to do. And I was like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. I start writing the book, and, I got super, super, super excited about it. I've started writing it. I'm not totally finished with it yet. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. It's been a long process. I'm still working at it. It's been, like, literally just a big therapy session for me, being able to get everything out and get everything on paper. And I can't wait to get it out there and to help my people. And I know a lot of you have helped me with it too, which has been really cool. I've interviewed a lot of you just to get as real as I possibly could into each character and each scenario, because it is a realism fiction book. And the reason I say all this is because I want to encourage you, each and every single one of you, whoever sees this, to not give up on your dreams. Like, no matter where you're at, no matter where life has taken you, like, don't give up on your dreams. And secondly, I just want to say, like, really, really, really pay attention to the words that you're saying to yourself. The words that we say to ourselves are so important. And for the longest time, I had said to myself, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. Like, and I want to encourage you, like, just notice when you say to yourself, I can't. And when you do that, try to replace it with I won't. So when you find yourself saying I can't, the biggest thing that I've found that really, really helps is to say that I won't. Because when you say I won't, it puts the power back in your own hand. Because I can't always has a because after it. It's because of some external force, right? Like, I can't because of my kids. I can't because of my husband. I can't because I'm a stay-at-home mom. Because my life is too busy right now. Because we don't have enough money. Because whatever it is, the economy, like whatever it is. When you say I can't, there's some sort of outside external force that is keeping you from doing what you want. But when you choose to say I won't, it literally puts the power back in your hands, and you realize that it truly is your choice. I won't write a book. Why? I don't know, because I'm going to blame my kids for it, like whatever it is, but it puts that power back in your hands because you're choosing, I will not do this because I would rather be doing something else. And, when I said all the time, I can't write a book because my kids are too young or because my husband, like without realizing it, my resentment actually grew toward the kids and toward my husband, because I thought the reason I couldn't do what I wanted to do with my life was because I was a mom and because I had to stay at home and because I had to do all these things. And I blamed them for not allowing me to do what I really wanted to do with my life, thinking that, my lot in life was just to be a stay-at-home mom and I had to wait until they were grown to be able to do something with my life. And what I realized was like that wasn't true. Like now is the perfect time to write a book or whatever it is for you. It may not be writing a book, or maybe whatever it is. Now is the perfect time to do whatever it is you want to do, like to take that power back in your hands. And I was able to just like turn my mindset around and learn to focus on what I wanted rather than on what I didn't want. So I hope this is a help to you today. And honestly, if any of this resonates with you and you're looking for that change in your life, you don't know what to do, or you've tried something and tried to do something about it several times without succeeding, like tried to do something that you actually want to do, which was what I did. Several times I was like, I made a decision, I'm going to do this. And it would never go through. And I didn't understand how human beings operated. I didn't know that. I had some self-sabotaging underlying beliefs going on that I was able to take care of as well. But if any of this resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll help you in any way that I can. I love getting on phone calls. I love coaching my clients, and I love being able to help people as much as I possibly can. And I do have a program that I've created where I take 4 months to teach and train individuals. I like to work with moms, but I mostly work with moms. But I teach and train individuals to understand how you operate as a human being, like, and revisit those dreams that already are inside of you, right? That have been in you for a long time, and I just help you pull those out. And sometimes, you can't see the forest through the trees. Sometimes, it's like it's too close. It's right here. And a life coach will actually help you like see other things and see things in a different perspective and see what's actually really going on to be able to help you do what you want to do with your life and get those dreams moving forward. So I hope this helped you all, and I hope you all have a blessed day.